Hello Internet. What I've got is a rewiring project in my RV, or rather pull behind camper trailer. Not fancy enough for an RV. Anyway, we're completely rewiring this. I'm using CCA copper clad aluminum wire, which I think I'm gonna like this. At first I didn't like the idea of it being an aluminum wire, but it's held up well on other projects, and I think it'll do fine here. Its solder is just fine. I haven't had any issues with that, and all the other attachment methods work. The inline splicing, everything seems to work fine. I'm using 14 gauge here, and I've got some of these heat shrink solder built in, waterproof. I don't know what you call these butt joints, but they're heat shrink tubing. And see if I can get this off here with one hand. I'll probably regret this here in a minute. I'm not gonna. You can kind of see underneath there. I've just pulled the insulation on the main wire that runs the entire length of the trailer back a little bit. I'm going to do an inline splice without cutting through any of the primary wire's fibers, strands, filaments. Don't know what you call those. I am not an electrician, and I apologize for the shakiness, but here we go. Also, this handy little thing takes DeWalt batteries. It is a portable heat gun, not nearly as powerful as a traditional heat gun, but for a project like this, it's nice not to be trying to drag a cord around. Those yellow bands that you see in there are adhesive, and they actually seal these fittings and make them waterproof. Takes a little bit for this little gun to warm it up. I do add a little bit of flux to this process. I think I see why it's taken so long to melt the solder. My battery's about to die. The solder is melting. I don't know if you can see that. The flux, if you put too much on, will tend to bubble up and bulge your fitting. Well, there goes the battery. It did melt, and it probably did a halfway decent job soldering that. I'm going to set the phone down for a second, grab us a new battery, and do this again. Here we go. We don't go. Okay. Sorry about that. Having a little trouble getting that to focus. Also a little bit dark in here, which doesn't help any. That's a little better. You should not use a lighter. I see a lot of guys using lighters for this heat shrink and then complaining that it burns it up. A lighter is too much direct heat. Okay, solder's in. I'm just going to go ahead and make sure my heat shrink is well heated the whole way around. Okay. And it's hard to tell in the picture, but the solder has fully coated all the wires in there and bonded them together. If you're going to buy one of these drills, I like this one. I've got the other one that has the digital readout on the back. Do not waste your money on the one with the digital readout. Even if it's cheaper, don't get the one with the digital readout. That one, by Iron Fist, I've got both of them. The one with the digital readout will not get hot enough to burn your hand. So if it's not hot enough to burn your hand, it's not going to be hot enough to shrink one of these heat shrink fittings, and it does not work. So do not get the one with the digital controls and readout for temperature and fan settings and all that. Just buy this one. I think it was $50. Does not come with batteries. Comes with a few different nose attachments. I like this one for heat shrink. But this baby works well. It goes through batteries fast, but you should expect that when you're heating a filament. It uses a lot of energy. These little handy hands, I built these the other day for this project so I could hold wires together. Just used a piece of 12 gauge or 10 gauge wire here and bought a few of these alligator clips on Amazon, and this really does save you if you don't have a third hand growing out of your forehead. This is going to make your wire holding a whole lot easier. And then when I'm doing something on the workbench, I'll just put these in a pair of vice grips, and then you've got a stand for it. Otherwise, you throw it in the drawer, it doesn't take up any room at all. Thanks for watching. If you got any questions, please put them in the comments below. I do my best to answer and respond to questions or comments. If you have a suggestion for a future video, please let me know, and I'll see about getting a phone stabilizer for the next video. I've got it sitting here, I just didn't use it. So I'm sorry for all the vibrations. If it was helpful to you, please share it with a friend. If you like and subscribe, it does help us get our videos out to more people. We'd greatly appreciate it if you found this of any value. Thank you.